All right, let's talk about this thing called entropy. And probably this will be several parts, but the term entropy comes from a couple of different aspects. One, it's a movie reference, movie that I still love to this day, bought it, watch it many times over, called Tenet. Tenet. And to me, the second part, entropy, is just a sexy, intriguing word to me. Just love it. So, yes, I'm talking about the movie Tenet, but also more about the word itself, entropy. We'll get into the dictionary definition in a minute, and then into my interpretation of entropy, why it excites me, and how it relates to resilience. So, entropy, from the dictionary, from physics. It is a thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work, often interpreted as a degree of disorder or randomness in the system. Second part of the definition is lack of order or predictability, a gradual decline into disorder. Interesting. So, in the movie Tenet, a movie that forces you to pay close attention, as the core of the movie revolves around a concept called inversion. Now, you and I, we mortals, cannot go back in time or forward into that fantasy called tomorrow. But in the movie Tenet, in that movie, the actors, those are mortals, can do just that. In the realm of going back in time, those superhuman beings have to visit that time as inverted, meaning walking forward on a time frame moving backwards. If you haven't seen the movie, if you have time and attention to spend, I highly recommend it. So stick with me for a few moments on this. This is not about my fanatic following of the movie. Not so much, but I love the movie. So in Tenet, that inversion also talks about the concept of entropy. I want to restate the dictionary definition part that intrigues me and leads me to my interpretation of entropy. The second law of thermodynamics. Entropy always increases with time. And the origin of the word entropy, meaning inside and transformation. The origin of the word entropy, meaning inside and transformation. So the origin of that word really excites me. To me, the word entropy and the message in the movie Tenet led me to my interpretation as a quest for equilibrium, inside and within, like the question and drive for purpose, for message, for this thing called self-discovery of our resilience. Just for more context, I want to share the summary of entropy in the movie Tenet. Quote, in the production notes for Tenet, Mr. Christopher Nolan says the movie is based around the idea that if you could invert the flow of entropy for an object, you could reverse the flow of time for that object. Though he doesn't claim that the movie is scientifically accurate, he says that it's grounded in credible physics. In Tenet, the ability to reverse entropy is what causes time inversion. When you are inverted, you move backwards in time. From your perspective, you're moving as normal while the rest of the world is moving in reverse. Unquote. I'll stop there with that. That's a lot. In two small paragraphs, that's a lot to get my head hard around how he not only came up with that idea, put it in a movie that you had to really sit down and digest that. So if we can consider and reconsider and accept the main dictionary definition for entropy, increasing degrees of randomness and disorder in the system. I love the movie for that reason and for Mr. Nolan's reinterpretation to reverse the accepted negative entropy and the unforgiving rule of time for all of us. But if we can change our perspective on entropy from an increasing level of disorder to positive entropy towards more daily equilibrium, maybe adopting that inversion method, then maybe we can move forward within a disruptive and chaotic state we all witness today. A world that appears to move backwards in terms of morality, sincerity, originality. And then finally into the 820 message. Always forward in the present moment. I usually always mention that in most episodes. Whatever happens, that resilience is all about moving forward in the present moment. Never backwards. We'll leave that backwards thinking and future fantasy to the herd and the masses. As we invert the old entropy into our hearts and vision forward despite the negative, chaotic entropy of the world we must navigate, again, I restate my 820 guarantee to you to change your perspective on this present moment and to change your idea or your formally accepted knowledge of the world entropy and the word entropy. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I love this word entropy, and hopefully you took some time with me today to listen to the definitions and take time for yourself. Go back and review not just the word in the dictionary. I highly recommend you check out the movie Tenet. Entropy is essential in that movie as it is in this topic today. I didn't do 1/1000th percentage due diligence in giving you my idea and the relevance and importance of entropy for me and how it relates to resilience. But I hope you get some little smattering of how important that word is and how it may make sense to you on your journey towards and through resilience. Thank you once again. Stay present. Stay current. Remember, it is always 820.